Hey, it's Melissa. Welcome back to Twin Oaks Family Farm. We have done a couple of videos on 100 broilers move in October 19th, 2023, and this is a companion to those. And actually, we were going to call it Broilers Move in October 19th, 2023. It's go time, but in fact, the broilers have moved in October 18th, 2023. So one of those things where things just happened a day ahead of schedule, and I actually had my calendar correct and my dates correct on this one. If you watched our previous series on broilers, like broilers day 1, broilers day 2, etc., if you watched the conclusion of that series, I let you in on how I really was on the struggle bus with keeping the calendar straight with our last flock of meat chickens. But that compelled me with this group to double check myself and triple check myself, and we had the hatch date and move in date October 19th, but here we are October 18th, and we got the great news this afternoon, early afternoon, that the chicks were at the post office and ready to be picked up. So they get shipped from the hatchery that we order them from, which actually we work with our favorite feed mill, Beverly Feed and Equipment, and they order chicks from the same hatchery as well when they get chicks. So they have been willing to order our chicks on our behalf from the hatchery, and then also serve as like a communication hub between the hatchery and us when the chicks get into our area. So the chicks get shipped from Mount Healthy Hatchery in Southwest Ohio through the United States Postal Service, and they frequently go to the post office in Marietta, Ohio, and that's where we pick them up. And so most of the time, we just work it out between the feed mill and myself. Whoever can go get them, go get them. I love to make that trip so that they don't have to do that, because we're very grateful just having them working on our behalf with the hatchery. But anyway, so I got to go down and get them today. So when I got that message today that the chicks are here, it was like, it's go time, 24 hours ahead of time. But it just goes to show, you have those things happen. You got to just err on the side of humility when you get it wrong, and err on the side of just, it's going to work out for the best when you had it right, but things work out different. And actually, this really does work out for the best, because for our household and small farm routine, a Wednesday is better for me than a Thursday for picking up chicks and for moving them in. But when it comes down to it, we take the hatch dates we can get, we move them in when they can get them here, and we make it work. But this worked out super great. So the chicks are here, so we're gonna go take a look at them. So we did 100 broilers move in October 19th, 2023, get ready. And that was showing folks, viewers, how we were setting up a building that we've used previously for raising meat birds to get it ready for this flock. And then we did 100 broilers move in October 19th, 2023 in a get set video, and showed viewers the pen all set up, like move in ready for the chicks. And so in this video, it's go time. The chicks are here, and so going to show you, really the first, they've been here maybe a couple hours when we're recording this, so show you really kind of a first look at the chicks and how they're doing settling in to their starter pen. We're calling where they're at a starter pen. For our preferences, it's not a size that we want to take this flock totally through production in and through completion. We'll mention that when we get in there. But when you like research how much room do these birds need, in theory, this pen should handle these birds all the way through production. But we've tried this size flock in this little pen, and we didn't like it. So, and we're gonna walk up there right now, but we started out down here. I want to show you a little project. So we've been trying to figure out if we can come up with a different feeder than what we've got. And we have some big plastic round feeders that we end up using from the time maybe the chickens are about probably 10 days old or so to out to the end, like 42 to 45 days old when they go to processing. And those are great. They're big round plastic feeders, and maybe 10 to 12 mature birds fit around them, and they're super. They hold like I don't know, they might hold like 20, 22 pounds of feed at a time. So we can just dump like half a bag of feed in them and let the birds eat them down and then refill them. But we have another old feeder that's a metal tray feeder that's long, and we were trying to figure out if we could come up with something long. And so my husband actually built these. So I don't think we can use them right now, but I wanted to show you. They're lightweight, but they're still like they've got enough surface area here, and they're low to the ground enough that I don't think we're going to have a problem with chickens like tipping them over. We might have a problem with chickens getting in them, but we want to try to use these for our broilers. We wanted a long tray that would accommodate birds on both sides of it, and let us fit a lot of birds at one single feeder. So we're going to try these as these birds grow, but the chicks are way too little when they first move in to even attempt this. We start them with chick feeder trays. So, but anyway, but it was just a PVC pipe, and my husband like cut that in half, and then he made some blocks that fit the end of it and fastened those in there, and he made some blocks for feet. That's just one. So that's just one piece. That's a foot, and did that on each end. So we're gonna try that when this flock gets a little older. We're gonna try using that. So we are gonna head up to the shed here, and so for our purposes right now, this shed is gonna house this little flock of meat birds. Our lighting will adjust here. So we've got a solid wall recessed into this open end of this shed, and we've got some storage here. So I left this open just to show you. We've got our feed stored in our meat bird production barn that's just real close to here, but we're going to keep 50 pounds of feed up here at a time and work out of these cans, and we just put the feed sacks in, and so this is actually a feed that can be start to finish. I'm going to show, we don't get anything from these companies or businesses that we talk about, but Kalmbach feed, and this is a start to finish 22% protein meat bird feed, so it can accomplish start, grow, and finish in our meat birds. And it is what they call the medicated variety. Not going to sugarcoat that or try to skirt that. The medicated indicator means it has amprolium in it, and that is to help prevent coccidosis devastating a flock. So if you have questions about that, feel free to ask. I'm not an expert on it, but I can talk about it in layman's terms, and I can talk about it from the perspective of a small commercial poultry operator. So we opt to use it because it can be devastating to have like a coccidia, anything go through, and anything like that go through a flock. So we opt to use it. We do. There's not a withdrawal required. This is a crumble too. That's the texture of it. It is grain based. So but it's a balanced formula, so it's considered a complete nutrition. We don't need to add any supplements to this. Shoot, what was I gonna say? And it went right out of my head. Anyway, I was gonna say there's no withdrawal time required on this. So that would mean a withdrawal time would mean you have to take it away before you take the animals to slaughter. So there's no withdrawal time at all. This can be fed right up to the feed withdrawal that happens at the end of production prior to processing. But we opt to withdraw this about 3 days prior to processing. So, and I wanted to show you this. This is the box that the chicks came in. So you can see there, 100 Cornish Rock Cross straight run, and it was priority mail, and it came from Mount Healthy Hatchery, and it went to Beverly Feed and Equipment in Beverly, Ohio for us, and I'm grateful for all those folks. Again, we don't get anything for that. I'm just grateful for all those folks. And we can't get away from, we cannot get away from, I bet I won't be able to show you all this. Ooh, where you at? We cannot get away from flying pests. I saw some yellow jackets flying around, and look there in the peak. I've got a yellow jacket. But it's cooling down. I don't think we're going to have any problem with those. But we do a feed withdrawal, and that's why we do it. It just gives us peace of mind. So this door typically closes. I should have finished that thought. It just gives us peace of mind that we've made every effort to do a feed withdrawal, and and then put the birds on a single ingredient at the end of production so that there's no additives in the feed that they're getting before they go to processing. So we normally close this like this, so nothing is getting in there, okay? No gaps, no crevices, nothing's getting in. So when we want in, we open it up. So we come in. I know y'all want to see chicks, and I'm down to my last minute of recording, but anyway, and so we have the blocker board. So that's very important. It does make it a little inconvenient for us, but it prevents them rushing the door. It also makes it so I can leave the man door open, you know, as I walk in and out and handle feed if I want. If it's drafty and we don't want that coming in, we can close it. But check out the chicks. Check out the chicks. We'll have to do another video just the chicks, just to let you see them more. I did a lot of talking. But anyway, there we go, y'all. So 100 chicks, they're getting settled. Heat lamps, water. We've just put feed down. There's 102. So we did have 2 extra in our boxes. We're going to wrap this one up. Thanks, y'all, for joining us.